Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Thanksgiving edition of Monday Night Raw. Of course, it is Thanksgiving Day. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. And there's a turkey. There's a Thanksgiving turkey in the crowd. I've seen a lot of things in Universe Mode, but I've never seen a giant turkey walking around. But does Truth know that's not a real turkey? He knows that's not a real turkey, right? And what a way to kick off this Thanksgiving edition of Monday Night Raw than with this matchup right here. And hey, you know what? I was not preparing for back-to-back holiday episodes. This was not something that I had planned. This is something that just kind of happened. You know, it just kind of fell into my lap. But regardless, something else that's about to fall right into our laps here is this match right here in a matter of moments. Seth Rollins versus Cody Rhodes. Of course, there is some history between Rhodes and Rollins heading into this match. Rhodes and Rollins teaming up to take out the Viking Raiders on the road to the Survivor Series. But since then, Seth Rollins causing the smack heard around the world last week when he disrespectfully slapped CM Punk right in the face after a heated exchange to kick off last week's episode. And I guess Cody Rhodes, not very fond of the Visionary's actions. Of course, Cody Rhodes, part of Team Raw at Survivor Series, getting the W. But something that some people might seem to forget is that Cody Rhodes and CM Punk have a long friendship with each other. And Rhodes felt as though he had to defend the honor of his friend here tonight. Win or lose, Cody Rhodes can sleep comfortably knowing that come Royal Rumble season, he has a guaranteed high spot in the men's Royal Rumble, which means that his chances of going to WrestleMania are a lot higher than a lot of other people in the back. But of course, he has to win the Rumble first. There's a very good chance that the man standing across the ring from him might just have the same intentions. And here we go, match underway here. And ladies and gentlemen, we are in for a treat. You want to talk about Thanksgiving dinner? Well, you are about to have yourselves a full course dessert here with this match here and a kick out by Rollins early on in this matchup here. And these two right here, Rollins, Rhodes, two of the best to ever do it, stepping in this ring here tonight. And Rollins with a slap right across the face of Rhodes, much like last week that he did a CM Punk, and I thought maybe he was going for a crossroads there. How insulting would that be if your name was Cody Rhodes? And now look at this, a roll up here, too close to the ropes. Of course, we are in the holiday spirit. Over the top rope goes Seth Rollins, who rightfully gloats, as not only did he hit the flip, he also stuck the landing on top of it. As I was saying before, we are in the midst of the holiday season. Of course, last week on SmackDown, we celebrated Halloween, and now this week on Raw, we are celebrating good old Thanksgiving, good old Turkey Day. And you're going to need to put a cold turkey on the side of the temple of your Rhodes because he just ate the patella of Seth Rollins, who just came off that top rope. And now, wait a second, Rhodes, the clothesline in the corner, follows it up with a bulldog. You have to wonder, oh, look at this. Rhodes rubbing it in Rollins' face. You have to wonder, are they thinking about roles, or are they thinking about championships? Right now, all Rhodes is doing is dropping a knee right on the forehead of Seth Rollins, right on top of the Visionary, and another bulldog by Cody Rhodes. I'm amped up for the holidays. As you can tell, in a suplex on the outside. It is going to be a long and painful Thanksgiving for Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes when they go home after tonight. Because these two are beating the absolute snot out of one another in a disaster kick, and that caught Rollins flush. I don't think Rollins was not prepared for that. As Rhodes, no, this time Rollins was prepared. Catches Rhodes with an elbow. Now Rhodes, brain buster, scrambling the brains of the Visionary. This is a hell of a match to start us off here on Raw. Now look at Rhodes hammering away on Seth Rollins. And how could I possibly forget? Made official last week. It is gonna happen. Seth Rollins goes one-on-one with CM Punk in Dublin, Ireland at Clash at the Castle. It is official, folks, as Rollins connects with the Falcon Arrow. And man, oh man, has it been personal. It has gotten very personal very quickly between Punk and Rollins, and Rollins lands a super kick flush right under the chin. He follows it up with a neck breaker. Rhodes tried to walk it off, but Rollins ain't having any of it. And oh, wait a second. It is time to go back and forth with these two as Rollins open hand chop and another chop. And another chop. And another chop. What's this? Another chop. Both these men turning their chests into straight hamburger. You want to talk about a cold turkey? Rollins answering with that hell of a super kick there under the chin. You want to talk about turkey? Those two were turning their chests into straight up hamburger with those chops and a sling blade there. And that was a thing of beauty on the part of Rollins. And Rollins has been trying everything he can to get himself back on track here in Universe mode. And it seems as if he is doing just that. Meanwhile, Rollins connecting with a Phoenix Splash right across the spine of the American Nightmare. Cover here to put away Rhodes, and no, a kick out. Rollins firing on all cylinders. And it was 2024 coming to a close here. It was voted earlier on today that Becky Lynch, the wife of Seth Rollins, and hold on a second, hold that thought, disaster kick once again by the American Nightmare. And is it enough? No. The wife of Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch, voted Universe Mode's MVP earlier this morning. And Rollins very close in that pull as he connects with a buckle bomb. And hey, listen, you can say whatever you want about Seth Rollins, but there is no denying the fact that when it comes to dancing in this squared circle, Seth Rollins has the fanciest tap shoes of them all on the dance floor, and Rollins with a superplex. And I don't think Rollins would have it any other way, if I'm being honest. Right now, Rollins in firm control in what has been a pretty even match up until this point. You have to wonder if CM Punk is watching this match in the back. And I'm sure he would love nothing more than to teach Rollins a thing or two about some respect. And oh, wait a second. I just spoke it into existence. And he had to wonder when this was going to happen. It was only a matter of time. But the sad thing is that Punk just robbed us of what was turning into an instant classic between Rollins and Rhodes. And things are breaking down here in a hurry. As Rollins exits the ring, there's all sorts of chaos breaking down here. Rhodes trying to break things up. Wait a second. I think Punk meant that by accident. I don't think he was trying to hit Cody there. I think Punk acted out of instinct. I felt as though someone was behind him and he struck, but I don't think that was intentional. This is not gonna end well for CM Punk. Seems like Charlotte Flair is continuing to show jealousy towards the rookies in the women's locker room. Well, things have taken a very sinister turn all of a sudden. For the last couple of weeks now, since Survivor Series, Karrion Kross and Scarlett have made the lives of Austin Theory and Dakota Kai a living hell. They attacked him at Survivor Series, and they attacked him once again last week on Monday Night Raw. And now, they're coming out here to the ring, but I'm not entirely sure what for. Perhaps an explanation. A truly eerie sight to behold, no doubt about it. Wait a second. From behind, Austin Theory with a steel chair. Austin Theory is fed up with the attacks from Cross and Scarlett. After the attacks from the last couple of weeks, Austin Theory has had enough, and wait a second. Scarlett's asking Theory to hit her with a chair, but I don't think he would. Theory being put in a compromised situation here, but wait a second. Don't turn around, Scarlett. Dakota Kai's waiting for you. Now Kai catching Scarlett with a flurry of kicks. Now Kai putting down Scarlett. You know that had to feel good for Dakota Kai. Kai and Theory finally getting their retribution after multiple weeks of abuse. I kind of agree with Cody Rhodes here. I think it's probably wise if CM Punk just spends the rest of the night in a hotel for the rest of the night. This situation is causing all sorts of drama, and things are getting very heated backstage. So I'm hoping that throughout the night cooler heads prevail, because right now we got a match that's about to take place here, and we have Natalya. We haven't seen Natalya in quite some time. Last time we saw Natalya, she was teaming up with Charlotte Flair against Tegan Nox and Cora Jade. And we already saw Cora Jade earlier tonight. Once again, standing up to the Queen. Well, she calls herself Dublin's Black-Winged Raven. This is Lyra Valkyria, a brand new addition to Monday Night Raw, and if you are unfamiliar with Miss Valkyria, she is going to let you know just who the hell she is, because this lady is special in this ring, and she can go with the very best. Natalya doesn't seem that impressed, but Lyra Valkyria, new here to Monday Night Raw, but she is looking to make a name for herself here on the Red brand. And it seems as though she's already found herself an ally in Cora Jade. And of course, we saw earlier tonight Charlotte Flair trying to intimidate Lyra Valkyria early on her first night on Raw. And I seriously do not understand what this jealousy seems to be all about here. Because it seems like there is a growing resentment between the veterans and the rookies in the women's division here on Raw. And of course, we saw Cora Jade stand up to the Queen a couple weeks ago and actually knocking off Charlotte Flair just a couple weeks ago. And now Lyra Valkyria, the first night on Raw, she's already getting the same treatment as Jade was from Charlotte. And it seems like it's almost a reoccurring pattern here. And you know, Natalya's feelings on the matter are very much the same. So you know there's some jealousy there between Lyra Valkyria and Natalya, or I guess I should say there's some jealousy from Natalya towards Lyra Valkyria. And I feel like at some point the rookies, they gotta stand up and they gotta do something about it. But right now, Natalya with a nasty German suplex, and Lyra Valkyria just got folded like an accordion, and it's fitting to say that on Thanksgiving. And speaking of which, Valkyria answering back with a German suplex of her own, saying, "Anything you can do, I can do better." And a clothesline for her troubles. Natalya has been doing this for a very long time here. A veteran in this business. Same goes for Charlotte Flair. But these two, they need to understand that there is a younger generation of women that are hungry, and they are willing to go the extra mile to make a name for themselves here on Raw, even if that means going through women like Natalya, women like Charlotte Flair. And right now, Lyra Valkyria having no trouble taking it to the veteran right now. And look at this combination from Valkyria. She connects with the Enziguri. Now look at this. What a sequence here by Valkyria with a boot right to the back of the neck and follows up with an Enziguri. Or my mistake, a Hurricane Rana. And Valkyria fired up as she is taking it to Natalya, and oh no. Natalya scooting out of the way. Avoids the oncoming tope from Valkyria. Now Lyra might be in some trouble. Of course, it's not just Lyra Valkyria and Cora Jade that have been experiencing some jealousy from the veterans. It's also other women like Tegan Knox, Michin, clearly a vendetta against the rookies here on Monday Night Raw. But did you see Valkyria connecting to the back of the head with that Enziguri and a Raven's wings? And now Valkyria scooting out of the way. They're outsmarting the veteran there, getting out of the way at the very last second. Natalya running right into the turnbuckle. Valkyria outsmarting Natalya there, beating her to the punch, and drops the elbow after connecting with the wings of the Raven and a cover here to put away Natalya. And Lyra Valkyria just put away the veteran Natalya on her first night here on Monday Night Raw. And you know Natalya's not going to like that, and neither is Charlotte Flair. But something tells me that this isn't the last time that we will be seeing this woman get a victory like that here in Universe Mode. Well, I think it's pretty clear that Dakota Kai and Alba Fire, they need to get their issues in check, but who knows if that ship has sailed. Well, last week we had 2 triple threat qualifying matches to form this match here tonight. And the winners of those matches were Tommaso Ciampa and this man right here, the badass Braun Breaker, put on an absolute clinic last week. But it was not an easy victory for him by any means. What do you think this guy's plate looks like come Thanksgiving? I say nothing but meat. Turkey, ham, whatever you can think. Just straight meat. I'm sorry. I don't know what the hell has gotten into me. It's the holidays, alright? The holidays are coming up. Everyone's in a festive mood. Everyone's excited. As they should be. The holidays are the best time of any year. And with 2024 coming to a close here, Tommaso Ciampa looking to make this the best moment of his year. Both these men fought the extra mile to get to this position here tonight. And all roads lead to Dijak, the United States champion, who is waiting in the wings to find out just who he'll be defending his United States championship against next week here on Raw. And Braun Breaker wasting little time, coming right out of the gates with a clothesline. And this is that intensity that Breaker is well known for, and that has led him to so much success in his young career. Of course, as I mentioned last week, Braun Breaker, the son of WWE Hall of Famer Rick Steiner. Well, that's not to say that Tommaso Ciampa Doesn't have accolades of his own. Of course, Tommaso Ciampa, former two-time NXT champion. Now look at that. Slamming down Ciampa to the ground and not even a 1 count. Ciampa knows what it's like to have the pressure fall on your shoulders. Of course, Ciampa no stranger to #1 contenders matches. We saw him in one against AJ Styles at the very start of Universe Mode. And the winner would have gone on to face Roman Reigns at Money in the Bank for the WWE Championship, and Tommaso Ciampa came up just short against the Phenomenal One that night. It was the very first episode of Monday Night Raw. And now Ciampa finds himself in a scenario where he has the opportunity to carry gold around his waist once more. But right now, Breakker is no easy feat. Breakker is young and he is hungry. His whole shtick is that he's the biggest, nastiest dog of them all. But he's also equally just as hungry, if not more, than Tommaso Ciampa. But not if Ciampa has anything to say about it, as he buries that knee right into the mush of Breakker. And this is turning into a straight up fist fight here. This thing's getting ugly. You had to expect this from two competitors such as this caliber, I should say, and a delayed suplex there by Breakker. There's that Steiner strength coming out in that boy. And not even a 1 count, an arrogant pin there by Breakker. And a clothesline right into the corner. Now Breakker, with a build such as his, you would be surprised at how just freakish of an athlete Breakker really is. Breakker runs the ropes at 24 miles an hour. He moves the ring anytime he runs. That is a statistical fact, ladies and gentlemen. That is not made up. That is a legit fact. The kid runs the ropes at 24 miles an hour. It's the most impressive thing I've ever seen in my life. But meanwhile, speaking of impressive, how impressive is Ciampa looking right now? Ciampa absolutely taking this kid to school right now, as he is battering him on the outside. Now the referee up to 4. Now up to a 5 count here. Breakker trying his best not to show any signs of potential weakness here. Nervousness. There could be some nerves, perhaps, on the young Breakker. You know, what the hell is this? Oh my God! What the hell was that? I don't know what it was, but whatever it was impressive. Breakker pulling out some of that athleticism that I was just talking about. I mentioned that Ciampa was a former NXT champion. No, wait a second. Ciampa with a Willow's Bell. Willow's Bell to Bron Breakker. Is it enough to put him away? No. This match continues. Now Ciampa off the second rope, burying the knee right into almost the throat there of Breakker. And you know Dijak is watching this in the back. You gotta think, if you're one of these two, you have a matchup. One of these two has a matchup next week against a fresh Dijak who hasn't been in action since night 1 of Survivor Series. And whoever wins this match is not going into that match at 100%. There's no way, because they've already been through 2 matches as it is. And now Breakker taking a high risk and not getting the reward from it. Ciampa able to move out of the way. Now just burying right hands right into the head. Now look at this. This is just a straight up onslaught here by Ciampa. who is clearly trying to send a message to everyone that he is coming for that United States Championship. It's a danger. Oh, no. I was about to say this is a dangerous Tommaso Ciampa, but Breakker had him scouted like a book. Now Breakker. This is turning into a heavyweight boxing match here. Throwing lefts and rights. Now burying the foot right into the Adam's apple there of Tommaso Ciampa. And now Ciampa might be in some trouble here. Breakker was looking for a spear there. And now look at that. Ciampa buries the knee right across the chin. Right across the jaw of Breakker. That was a stiff shot there by Ciampa, and now look at this. Ciampa drops down and buries the elbow right into the schnoz there of the big dog. Trying to break down the young man. Take out the ribs, the back, whatever he can. What a match this has been so far. Now Ciampa lining up Breakker, looking to perhaps bury the knee right into the jaw once again. And is this enough to put away Bron Breakker? Is Tommaso Ciampa going to go on to face Dijak? No. Breakker's still in this thing. You can sense the momentum. The momentum is in the favor of Tommaso Ciampa right now. But can he keep his foot on the gas pedal? Right now, Breakker heading up to the top rope. This might be a mistake. Oh, wait a second. Breakker putting a stop to it and a shoulder tackle off the top rope. Bron Breakker putting on a clinic right now. Looking for the spear. But Ciampa able to counter it. And both of these men look absolutely exhausted in there in a belly-to-belly suplex. Ciampa looks tired. No, wait a second. Another strike fest here, perhaps. And I did mention that these two look very tired. Perhaps throwing their last shots at each other. Going blow for blow here. And Ciampa says, "Bring it, you son of a bitch. Is that the best you got?" That just fired up. That just fired up Breakker even more. Ciampa telling him to bring it. Right now we are witnessing an exchange between these two. Who wants it more? Who wants the title more? And we're about to find out here which one of these men wants that United States Championship. And now Breakker winning that exchange. And uh-oh, this isn't good for Tommaso Ciampa, who gets buried right into the center of the mat in a cover here. And Bron Breakker beats a defiant Tommaso Ciampa. And it is official, ladies and gentlemen. Next week, it will be Bron Breakker versus Dijak for the United States Championship. But just how much did that match take out of Breakker? We're about to find out next week. That was a hell of a match. Well, the Bloodline saga continues to heat up here, and speaking of heating up, Clash at the Castle is heating up and is fastly approaching as CM Punk takes on Seth Rollins. Of course, we saw earlier tonight that whole debacle and how that turned out, and that did not end well, but just announced last week, Rey Mysterio will take on Dominic Mysterio for the Intercontinental Championship. And that is not all just announced as of tonight. It will be a mixed tag team match as Austin Theory and Dakota Kai take on the Thorn in their sides and Scarlett and Karrion Kross, live from Dublin, Ireland. But that is not all. Before we get there, we have the go-home episode of Monday Night Raw, and as we found out tonight, Braun Breaker will be challenging the United States Champion, Dijak, for the United States Championship, and that is not all, as after the events of tonight, we will see CM Punk once again as he responds to the controversy that he created at the start of the show. And as we can confirm right now, CM Punk no longer in the building. He is out in a hotel here in Alabama, but that is not all, as Lyra Valkyria will be taking on Charlotte Flair after the events that took place earlier tonight. And that is not all. As Roman Reigns said, there will be an acknowledgement ceremony, as Roman Reigns believes that he has cleared the table of all adversity. Will we find out what this means? Well, ladies and gentlemen, after what has been an absolutely stacked Thanksgiving edition of Monday Night Raw here tonight, it is now time for our main event. Well, last week we saw Becky Lynch get a much-needed win last week against Alba Fire. What was a hard-fought match. But that match, it gave Becky Lynch the confidence that she needed to challenge Rhea Ripley for the title once again. Of course, last time we saw these two go one-on-one, it was the night after SummerSlam, in which Rhea Ripley announced her Money in the Bank cash-in, and she actually ended up winning. And of course, Dakota Kai ended up getting involved in that match. And that night, the reign of Rhea Ripley had just begun. Rhea Ripley coming up victorious against Bayley at SummerSlam. And what was a hell of a match between those two. But no rest for the weary. It's because now, just 1 week later, she's main eventing Monday Night Raw, putting her championship on the line against the man. The reign of Rhea Ripley has been nothing short of impressive. Ever since the night after SummerSlam, she has held that title with an iron fist. And now, after Drew McIntyre's loss at Survivor Series, Rhea Ripley joins Roman Reigns as the only other superstar in Universe Mode that has yet to lose. As of right now, Rhea Ripley heading into this match is undefeated in singles competition. And Becky Lynch is coming off of a losing streak that she just ended. And not only is Rhea Ripley still undefeated, she just came off of a big-time victory over the women's champion over on SmackDown. If there is anyone that thrives better under pressure, it is Rhea Ripley. But this isn't Becky Lynch's first rodeo. She was the one that held the title before it belonged to Rhea Ripley, and right off the bat, Becky Lynch wasting little time. And you know, that title loss has not escaped the mind of Becky Lynch. You know, that loss has been eating at her since the night she lost it. And I'll cover here. Early kick out there, and Lynch knew that that wasn't going to get the job done. She's just trying to make the champion use energy early on here. Neither of these women are fresh. Both of these women coming off some pretty grueling schedules. But nonetheless, they know just how big the stakes are in this match. Big time fight feel here in the main event of Monday Night Raw, as Lynch buries an elbow in the forehead of Rhea Ripley as Ripley goes for a ride. And now Lynch telling Ripley to get her ass up. And now Becky Lynch through the second rope. And I can't help but feel as though that any time Becky Lynch is in action here in Universe... Oh my goodness. That was the nasty, nasty headbutt from Rhea Ripley. That absolutely dropped Becky Lynch. I'm surprised she's still conscious after that. Every Becky Lynch, I'll get it right, every Becky Lynch match feels special. Because every time Becky Lynch is out here for a match, it seems as though she goes out of her way to put on a classic. But Rhea Ripley, despite being the champion, doesn't give a damn about classics. She had her classic last year with Cora Jade, but now she's the champion. She doesn't have time for classics. All she cares about is defending the title and retaining the title. And right now she's going up against the woman that she beat for the title in Becky Lynch, and I'm not sure what the hell Lynch was going for there, but it was not effective. Lynch deadlifting the Nightmare and slamming her into the corner there. Now Lynch dropping the legs once again right across the chest. Right across the chest of Ripley. And Lynch has been searching for sort of redemption ever since her days in the Mafia. She's been trying to change her ways and perhaps seek some sort of redemption and forgiveness from the women that she has wronged over the last year in Dakota Kai and Alba Fire. But it seems as though there's still some sort of vendetta from Alba Fire towards her. As for Dakota Kai, it seems like Dakota Kai has found some sort of forgiveness, although it is not exactly clear. As for Rhea Ripley eating a boot, a springboard boot from Becky Lynch. And how often do you see Becky Lynch do a springboard of any kind? Now Lynch with just a kick right to the back. How different would things be if Lynch was able to somehow, oh my god, the strength of Rhea Ripley being put on display. Catching Becky Lynch out of midair. How impressive was that? But Lynch getting right back up. And what a night it has been here on Monday Night Raw. And Lynch going for all of that leg drop there, but she got none of it. As Lynch gets folded in with that German suplex, and now look at that. Rhea Ripley not messing around here tonight, realizing just how serious this match is. And Ripley, I gotta be honest, I don't know what she was doing there. I think she mistimed the distance. She misjudged the distance there, but that time she got it. Burying the elbow into the heart of the man, and a kick out at one. A defiant kick out by Becky Lynch, who has her eyes set on the gold here tonight. And Ripley. Oh, look at the strength here of Ripley being put on display. Sending Becky Lynch down face first to put her away to retain the Women's Championship. No. Of course, if you're just joining us, Rhea Ripley defending the Women's World Championship against Becky Lynch in our main event tonight here on Monday Night Raw. As Lynch, perhaps looking for a comeback here, answers back with another clothesline and a calf kick. Lynch, still very much in this thing. Trying to take Rhea Ripley to the limit here. Like I said before, both these women not nearly at 100%. Especially not Becky Lynch, who has gone through the absolute ringer this year. There's no shot in hell that her body is at 100%. And a superplex there by Rhea Ripley, who was looking to put this one away for good here. And Becky Lynch still not willing to say I quit. You know, you talk about the in-ring work of Becky Lynch over the last couple of years. Her match against Dakota Kai. Dakota Kai actually showing her some respect because of that. Acknowledging that her in-ring work is the best it's ever been in a manhandle slam. Do we have a new Women's World Champion? No. So close. So close. And another springboard, a springboard dropkick. That was very impressive of Lynch to be able to rotate her body in the air to connect with that leg drop. But Rhea Ripley still very much in this. But Lynch continues to chip and chip and chip. Chip away at the armor, the seemingly impenetrable armor of Ripley. Perhaps finally starting to show some cracks. But Ripley's not going down without a fight. That is for damn sure. But neither is Becky Lynch. Neither woman willing to back down from the other here. It's another chop fest here between these two. Who's going to get the better of the other here? No, Ripley on spaghetti legs. Staggering here, and Lynch puts her down. Now Lynch looking for a top rope leg drop, and this time she gets all of it. And oh, wait a second, that's Isla Dawn. We saw her and Alba Fire earlier tonight, perhaps plotting against her. And now Ripley might be in some serious trouble in a kick out, a near fall of all near falls there. If Isla Dawn's out here, I imagine Alba Fire can't be that far from here. And now look at this. Rhea Ripley distracting the referee. The referee dealing with Rhea Ripley, and meanwhile Alba Fire from behind just took out Becky Lynch, and Go figure, you can't beat her in a match, so you might as well get involved in the championship match in the main event. Alba Fire sticking her nose in Becky Lynch's business, and a Riptide connects to the man, and Rhea Ripley retains. And what a shame that match had to end that way. And Alba Fire laughing about it. Feeling some sort of satisfaction as if she stuck it to Becky Lynch. But the result doesn't change. Rhea Ripley once again retains the Women's World Championship, admittedly under controversial circumstances. But this feud between Lynch and Fire is far from over. But the question is, who can stop Mommy? As we enter Thanksgiving. Happy holidays, everybody.